Hello, beautiful kindred souls, and welcome to my spiritual oasis, here weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. We're doing a yes or no pick a card reading today. These are meant to be kind of short, quick yes or no messages with the clarification for the question that you have come with today. I always like to preface these yes or no readings with the fact that they're meant to be affirming your own intuition, your own discernment, and that any final decision that you make is because you know it to be true and right and in alignment with your life path and purpose. So use your discretion and only take what resonates with you. Before we get into the groups, I would love for you to join the Kindred family by subscribing to my YouTube channel. If something resonates in the message with you, click like and subscribe, or click like and leave a comment down below. If you're interested in your own personal reading, do connect with me on Etsy, link in the description below. So let's get into the reading. So we have 6 groups prepared. 1, 2, 3 at the top, 4, 5, and 6 along the bottom. So pause the video at this point in time if you need a moment to determine which group has your message in it. Otherwise, we're going to get right into the readings. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to go ahead and flip over your guiding energy. So the answer to your yes or no question is a maybe. So there's only 2 maybe cards in this deck. So we're going to ask Spirit with our clarifying card here, what will be a yes? What will be a yes? Okay, so we have star bathing, light body crystal grid, transmission, and activation. Ooh, okay. So there is a yes. The yes is for, it feels like initiating, starting something, beginning something, that you are guided to, energy that you are guided to bring into the world, some project, or it could be a career or a business, or some other endeavor that you are meant to bring into this world, and a calling that you're meant to answer. Exploration into your spiritual life or spiritual world, activating your magic. It also feels like if you are, Starseed, or you connect to Starseed energy, doing more due diligence to learn more about the Starseed family or tribe you belong to. I feel like that's definitely a yes. I feel like spiritual pursuits in general, and just activating or starting something that you are meant to start that is in alignment with your path and your purpose. And that is a yes. Anything outside of that, any sorts of things that might be distractions, are being tempered right now, or being put on hold right now, while you focus in on your spiritual walk, your spiritual life, activating something connected to your path and your purpose, initiating or starting something to your path and your purpose, and or connecting to other light workers or starseeds in the process to help you on your individual path and process. Just want to zoom in on this card a little bit. It feels very like this being is being re-energized with star energy. It's almost like coming home or connecting to the collective consciousness from a, universal cosmic standpoint. So group number 1, this is the message that I received for you today. If something resonated, drop a comment down below. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already connected here on YouTube. If you're interested in your own personal reading, whether it's a yes or no or other type of reading, connect with me on Etsy, link in the description. Thank you so much for your time and energy, beautiful soul, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to go ahead and flip over your guiding energy. So the answer to your yes or no question is a no. You do not have all the time in the world. Is this worth such a precious, finite resource? So in this message, you are being asked to scrutinize the question, scrutinize whether or not saying yes to this or putting your energy into it is going to be worth that time, energy, resources, whatever it's going to take in order to make this thing happen. And so, of course, the final decision is up to you, but I feel like this is just like a moment of pause where Spirit is asking you to evaluate the importance of whatever you're asking to make sure that you're not, just saying yes because it's easy, but that you're saying yes because it's truly something that you want to do and is in alignment with your path and purpose. And then we have We the Hathors. So to me, the message here is saying yes to things that are nurturing and nourishing. There feels like there's a rebirth energy as well here. A rebirth, spiritual growth, spiritual enlightenment, being around people, places, and things that are nurturing and nourishing to you, that are loving, that are restorative is the message that I am receiving. So if whatever you're asking about is not any of those things, is not a part of your growth as a spiritual, a light being, or it's not nourishing or nurturing to you, it's maybe depleting your resources, then you're meant to just reevaluate, just to make sure that it's worth giving up whatever you have to sacrifice in order to participate in whatever that is. So these are the messages that I've received for you, Group 2. If something resonated, drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we are not already connected here on YouTube. If you're interested in your own personal reading, do connect with me on Etsy, link in the description. Thank you so much for your time and energy, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your yes or no reading. The answer to your yes or no question is a no. It says limit your commitment. Let's see if we can get some additional information as to why that might be. All right, so we have the void right now. So this feels like hanged man energy whenever it comes up in this deck. And basically it's asking you to pause, limit your commitments, pause, stop, go inward. Focus on your inner world. Make sure your inner world is strong and connected before adding anything else to your plate or committing to anything new right now. It just feels like you're in a place of suspension right now, or you're being asked to take a pause and really just account for your own, well-being and health and wellness. And, obviously, maybe if you're asking a question about something, maybe that's a little bit more, a little bit more simple, or, not as intense, potentially the answer is a yes. But I feel like the message that Spirit is sharing is that right now we're limiting our commitment. We're not adding anything additional to our plate. We're focusing ourselves, especially if you're the type of person who doesn't always put yourself first and your health, well-being first. You are being asked right now to, embrace winter. Winter is a time of hibernation. It's a time of restoration. On the outside, things are kind of dead. And they're very inwardly focused. Like the life doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop in the winter. It just goes inward. It insulates itself. And so you're being asked to do that right now. A moment of pause, a moment of nurturing and nourishing yourself especially if you've been neglecting yourself. Especially your physical well-being is the message I'm receiving, whether it be what you're putting in your body, so what you're eating, physical like exercise and movement, physical movement, and then also like just self-care things like bathing or showering, or doing face routines and exfoliating and different things like that. So I am receiving the message for you that now is a time to focus in on yourself, and also from an inward perspective too. I mean, I mentioned a lot of like bodily things to do, but I feel like there's also a message connected to any mental health things that you need to work through. Are there some distressing mental things that are going on in your life? Well, then we're focusing on that. Have you been spiritually maybe neglectful with your spiritual life and your spiritual walk? Well, then we need to spend some time on that. So I feel like limiting any outward commitments and focusing inward is really the message that Spirit is bringing to you today. So group number 3, these are the messages that I have received for you. I hope this was helpful for you. Drop a comment down below if something resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, please do connect with me on Etsy, link in the description. Thanks again for your time and your energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your yes or no reading. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. It says sounds good. Do you have all the facts and information? And we have Whale and Orca Elders. So the first messages that I received here is the Whale and Orca Elders card always reminds me of ancestral energy, like your ancestors are trying to communicate with you or speak to you. And I feel like they just really want you, for whatever question that you're asking, to make sure that you have all of the facts, all of the information before you embark on whatever this is, or you take this on, or you say yes to this. And just a message here that sometimes things sound good, but when you start actually digging into it and getting information on it, you realize that there might be some missing pieces, some gaps, or some holes, or some questions that you need to ask that need to be answered that you may not have gotten answers to up to this point. So I do feel like your elders are speaking to you through this card and really just asking you to, this just says diving deep here is one of the key phrases, but just to do some more due diligence in whatever this matter is, to make sure that it doesn't just sound good, but that it is actually good and it is in alignment and it's going to have a positive impact on your life. I'm also receiving the message here, this idea of sharing your song and like this idea of being vocal. So if you've ever listened to like whale sounds, it's a very emotive energy to me. And I deeply connect to anything in the water though, because I have so much water energy in my birth chart. But just this idea of being vocal, vocalizing what you need and what you want. So I'm getting the message like, if you're in the middle of like contract negotiation, or maybe negotiating a wage, or you're starting a new job, so you're going to be negotiating like your compensation package, be vocal about what you want. Ask for what you want, and don't be afraid or shy of doing so. And also speaking your truth is a message that I'm receiving. And the final message is this idea of sound, and that what you listen to is going to be really important for you right now. So being mindful of that, and also like listening to different frequencies, like sound healing and different things like that. Right now could really resonate with you, especially if you're on a journey to healing and a journey of healing. So beautiful, soul. These are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, connect with me on Etsy, link in the description. Thank you so much for your beautiful energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Group 5, and welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to go ahead and flip over your guiding energy. It's a no. It says you cannot, not able to at this time. So it feels like a timing issue here. Let's flip over our guiding. Oh, okay. Double mission. What I see in double mission here is that spiritually you're being called to, it just feels like there's a lot of spiritual requests right now of you. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're a light worker and a starseed. It could mean that you're both. But I feel like there's also a message here of that you're being asked to spiritually to be doing a lot of things. So whether that's, a combination of healing and maybe being a light to other people, whether that's like learning different spiritual techniques, like you could be a, medium or a psychic or something of that nature, and you might be learning the craft as well as maybe doing your own personal healing in certain things or learning something new. But it just feels like your energy is being asked to be pulled in a couple of different ways from a spiritual perspective. So you are being asked to, delay anything that's outside of your spiritual walk and your spiritual growth right now. So it just says, it doesn't say you can't ever do it. It just says not able to at this time, that the focus should be on your spiritual walk, on your light path and purpose, and getting in alignment with that. Maybe you're in the process of like planning some sort of launch or something of that nature. But the idea here is that you are being asked to serve the world with your own unique gifts and talents. So anything outside of that is being put on pause right now. And you're working on developing whatever that is. So like keeping distractions away from you in that way and making sure to keep yourself focused on your mission, whatever that might be from a spiritual perspective. So beautiful, soul. These are the messages that I've channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something did resonate, drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, connect with me on Etsy, link in the description. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Group 6, and welcome to your yes or no reading. The answer to your yes or no question is a yes. It says undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? Is the uncertainty in your head or your heart? So the answer to the question is yes. All right, and then we have cracked open as our clarifying information. And I do see here that Spirit is asking you to assess any doubt that you had. So often if you're coming, you're asking a question like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I stay with this person? Should I not stay with this person? Should I take this job? Should I not take this job? There's often there's a reason why you're coming, why you're asking that question. There's often some doubt. There's often some reason why you're not certain in your response. And so I feel like Spirit is just asking you to evaluate that and ask some additional questions. Like, is there uncertainty? Are you unsure about this? If you are, then why? What's the reasoning for it? Why shouldn't you take that job? Why would you not take that job? If somebody has been proving to be untrustworthy or incompatible with you, why are you sticking around? Like, why are you even asking the question is kind of what we're going here for. And then that final question, like, is this uncertainty in your head or your heart? So I feel like this is just a way of evaluating the validity of the question and asking whether or not, this is a logical thing, like, is this something that facts and figures have told you this is the truth of it, and maybe you don't want to see the truth? Or, are you insecure about something? Is it more about you and you're just insecure? Or is it your heart saying, I really love this person, or I really love this job or company or city or whatever it is. And even though I see these things wrong with it, my heart is still telling me this. Or maybe my heart is telling me, that there's more behind the surface that I'm not seeing. So I feel like there's just getting you to ask some questions and really dig down to what the truth of the matter is and making a final decision based off of that. And with Cracked Open, it reminds me of the Ten of Swords energy, this idea of being at rock bottom, this idea of tumbling all the way down the mountain, and you're at the bottom of the mountain, and it's kind of like that moment, like when you fall and you kind of just surrender to the fact that you fell, and so you just kind of exhale. It's a moment of rest before you pick yourself back up again. And so I feel like in that moment, this card is kind of slipped in here. So it's like in that moment, from a worldly standpoint, that moment is it's fraction of a second. But we're expanding on that moment right now. And you're being asked here to really just surrender to the fact that you might be confused, to the fact that there might be some things that you're ignoring. So it's like a moment of pause where you're peeling away any misconceptions and you're seeing the reality, you're seeing the truth of whatever the situation is. And based off of that information, that is where you're basing your decision based off of that. And I also feel like this idea of surrendering to the alchemy of life is just really interesting. Sometimes we do overanalyze things. So I feel like, our intuition, our instincts are often right. Not 100% of the time, but very, very often right. So allow your, intuitive intellect to guide you if you're feeling confusion. And just also understand, and this feels very specific to somebody, but if you are in a relationship with somebody, or you're being presented some sort of opportunity, and there's confusion in it that can't be answered by asking simple questions, the author of confusion is not the universe, it's not spirit, it's not God, okay? Because the universal energies are very clear about how they work and how they function, and confusion and chaos are not a part of that. So I would evaluate that in that way. So if you're in a relationship, for example, with somebody and you don't know how they feel or what they want, one day they're up, one day they're down, and you're just always kind of confused and it feels very tumultuous, there's a very good chance that, that relationship is not going to be conducive to a positive, healthy growth for you. You should not be confused for extended periods of time in any sort of relationship with anybody, whether it's a romance or a friendship or whatever. And similarly to like opportunities, you should not be confused about opportunities. It should be very clear about their intentions, and if it's not clear, it's not for you. So beautiful. So these are the messages I've channeled for you today. If something resonated, please do drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. If you're interested in your own personal reading, connect with me on Etsy, link in the description. Thanks again for your time and energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye.